Hey guys, this week's video is going to be actually a follow-up from last week's Q&A that we did all about the proposal and my relationship with Ash and everything, but there were a few questions I didn't feel fitted perfectly within that video, and the video was very long and detailed, so I actually thought I'd do a separate video. And the questions this video are actually more relative to maternity leave, going back to work, how I'm feeling about Ash going away when I go back to work and being here on my own with George, and how I'm going to cope with that. I talk a little bit about childcare and what we're doing for that, and also how much it's going to cost us. So there's a little bit more detail in this one, but to be honest, like you can see from my face in the video and my answers that I'm really nervous about returning to work after maternity leave, especially because I'm going to be doing it on my own because Ash isn't going to be here. So if you want to stick around, if you're in the same position, something like that, maybe this is a video that will give you some comfort, because I don't have any answers, but I definitely think I needed to watch a video similar to this to know that everyone feels very similarly, and you're not alone in this. Every woman ever that goes back to work after maternity leave is going to feel cruddy about it in some way. You're going to be excited, you're going to be scared, you're going to be all of the above, but carry on watching this video to see my true, honest opinion about how I'm feeling about the whole returning to work situation. But yeah, this is the 3 or 4 questions that I skipped from last week's video, so please enjoy it and I'll talk to you later. Bye. But anyway, I've actually got a couple of questions now that are more like baby related, mum related, going back to work related, all that stuff. So if you just want like a general life update, this is what this part is going to be, I guess. So the first question was, how do you feel about your maternity leave ending? I think I'm going to really struggle. Yeah, same. I don't know. I don't really know how I'm feeling about it, because I am looking forward to being, well, I say being back at work, like I'm not going to be back at work, I'm going to be working from my bedroom because it's working from home. I obviously live in Lincolnshire, not in Hampshire. Hampshire's where my work is. I'm not commuting that far, like it's just ridiculous. So I'm going to be working from home, and George is going to be in childcare. It's not something I'm looking forward to, but equally I am. It's really strange. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, how I'm feeling about it. The thing that I'm worried about the most is when Ash is away, because I will be working from home on my own. He's not going to be here in the evenings, and then I'm going to look after George in the evenings, obviously, after I go and pick him up from childcare. So I don't know, I just feel like I'm just going to be on my own all day, every day for 4 months. Like that's, I find that difficult to come to terms with, because at least now I can like meet with people and like catch up with people and stuff in the day and like talk about random things, where like in person, I mean, whereas obviously when I'm working I won't be able to do that. Obviously I'll be like on the phone to people and stuff, but it's just not the same. I don't know, I didn't really love working from home when I was pregnant, when I was doing that either, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. There's not much I can really say at this point, because I don't really know what it's going to be like. But I start back in July. I was going to be back in June, but I've got loads of annual leave from last year that I need to take as well, so I've added that on the end, which is like great, like really good. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I will be going back 4 days a week though, rather than 5 days, which is just, it is better. I think like part-time hours is better for me, and I'm so grateful that we have like the flexibility to do that. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I will see. I will keep you updated, like I promise. But I just, to be honest, I really am not just thinking about it yet, even though I probably should be, because it's in like a month's time. You can probably tell by my face that I'm just like really nervous about it, but we'll see how it goes. Next question is about childcare costs, and it's what are your overall childcare costs? And if you haven't seen my like working out my childcare costs video, which I'll link here, and I'll also link it down below if you want to click on it after the video, it goes into a proper breakdown of like me figuring out which childcare provider would be like the best for us. We ended up going for a childminder, so at the end of the video is where you'll see me like working all of that out, and also working out what you're eligible for, well what I'm eligible for. Obviously everyone will be different, everyone's circumstances and finances and stuff are different, but if you and your partner partner both work like full-time after a certain amount of hours or whatever, then the government will contribute basically 20% of your childcare bill if it's under £10,000 a year. So basically every £10 you like childcare costs, the government will contribute £2 towards that. I hope that makes sense. The other video goes in way more depth about childcare costs specifically, and if it's helpful then please do watch that. There are so many different videos on here as well, but I feel like because I didn't have a clue about any of it and what you were eligible for, like I really broke it all down, and I really hope that it was helpful. But because I'm going back 4 days a week, we're only going to need 4 days childcare, so our childcare is slightly less expensive than if I would go back 5 days a week. We're gonna see how it goes. If I struggle with it, if I struggle with work, and obviously I've got YouTube as well, and I do make an income from YouTube, so I want to be able to keep that, like sustain that, because my income now is much more than it used to be like before I did this. So I would really like to sustain YouTube and collaborating with brands and Instagram and everything, and I do want to prioritize it, so I don't want to like just not do that and then just do work, because although work is obviously like my main thing, this is like my side thing. I actually make a significant amount of money from this, and I wouldn't want to like let this go, if that makes sense. So I do think I'm going to struggle with it, like in terms of keeping like up to date with everything, like work wise, hitting deadlines, making sure everyone's happy that I'm hitting my targets and stuff, and doing this and looking after George on my own when Ash isn't here. He's away from August to December, and I'm really scared about it, I can't lie. Obviously yes, I've got childcare like in the day, but I'll be working during the day, and then when am I doing this? Like when? Because as soon as I finish work, I'm getting George. Like maybe evenings, I don't know. We will see, we will see. I'm stressing out about it a little bit though, I can't lie. The next question fits perfectly with all of my little stress right now, and it is, how have you coped when your fiance has been deployed? Mine is at the moment, and I don't know. So firstly, I would say before George, yes, it was hard, but I always had support around me. I always had friends and family, and I always was busy, and I was like focusing on my own stuff, and you know, I loved all of that. And obviously it was still hard, like I miss Ash and I didn't want him to be away, but it was okay. Like it was our dynamic, it is what our relationship has pretty much always been, and I was okay with it. Like that was just us. However, since having George, it is like work. Like having a baby is a job, being a mum and a dad is a job. Like, so having to do all of that job on my own, I have struggled with whenever he's been away. He hasn't been deployed since we had George, which is obviously like massively handy. Like really grateful for that. But he has been on courses and stuff, and even at the moment he's on a course right now, so he's not here at the moment in the week. He's coming back on the weekend, and it's difficult. It really is difficult. Like even just sitting down filming this video, it's gonna take me what, like I've been talking for ages, like half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'm gonna obviously have to edit this at some point. I'm gonna have to like do everything, like the thumbnail, the description, all the links in the description, but like loads of stuff. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do that. It is difficult. So when I think about, you know, in the future when I'm working on top of all of this, I think that scares me a lot. So yeah, in terms of coping though, like I just think it's not forever. It's unfortunately it's your reality. I don't love it. Like I can't lie to you. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I just think keep yourself busy, keep yourself like motivated to like get up, carry on, crack on, like, you know, do the things, even the things that they would do. Like Ash always, for example, takes the bin out, he always does the cat litter tray, he always cooks, he always does all like the washing up and stuff. All of that stuff I now have to do, which is like, oh god, I've got to do that on top of everything that I already do. So it's like everything's like doubled, so it is difficult. But my first bit of advice is to not let like all of that kind of stuff build up, is to not sit down until you're done. So I know that sounds like a bit like regimented, but basically crack on, do all the things, don't sit down before you finish like the whole task, otherwise you're never going to get back up, trust me. That is what I did yesterday. I was like, oh, George has gone down for a nap, I need to just sit down for a minute. I just sat down for the entire nap, and then I was like, shit, I haven't done anything. So actually this nap time, what I did is went around the whole house, like did everything that I needed to do. I'm sitting down doing this video, I'm still gonna have like 15 minutes to sit down afterwards.
which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, 15 minutes as a mum sitting down on your own is bliss. The amazing thing is when your partners and stuff are deployed, like you can talk to them. Nowadays we've got amazing technology, like we've got WhatsApp, we've got Skype, we've got FaceTime, everything. We can talk to them more so than our like previous military wives or military fiancés or girlfriends and stuff has been able to. So I you know, it's not amazing, it's not the best life, I don't love it, I dislike it actually, if I'm totally honest, but it isn't forever, I know that. If you are signed up like forever, like if your partner is like one of those long timers that are going to be in the military for like 22 years, then I don't have any advice for you, because I couldn't do it, I genuinely couldn't do it. But I know for us it's not going to be forever, and we've got like a set sort of time that I know that this is our lifestyle for, and then after that I know that there's a future for us waiting that I'm so looking forward to.
So that is where I decided to leave the Q&A. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it brought you some comfort if you are returning to work after maternity leave, or if you are a military wife and your partner's going away, or if you're a single mum and you're going out to work and trying to pay for childcare and all of these kind of things. Every single one of us is doing things differently, and I think we're all amazing, but yeah, this is my situation and I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because you guys are my friends. Like, I want to talk to you guys about my struggles, my issues, all that kind of stuff, because I love you guys. But for now, I think I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.